Good morning, guys. Welcome to Runaway Homestead. I'm Kim, and I'm going to be in the garden today. Just trying to catch up on things. I tend to always be behind, or at least I feel that way. I'm going to be doing harvesting, weeding, tying up, pruning, picking up, just all those things. Whatever we get harvested today, I'm going to spend the day tomorrow preserving it, whether it be canning or dehydrating or freezing or preparing for dinner. So hopefully I get enough today to do some canning. So normally I use tie tape, but I've used all of mine. So I'm just using some yarn and scissors. But when I do it this way, I tend to leave my stuff, either my yarn or ribbon or whatever I'm using, and my scissors, because I get sidetracked a lot in the garden. So I'll walk over to get something, something catches my attention, and I start doing that, and then next thing you know, I've laid my scissors down. So by the time I get back to what I was doing, I'm spending 5 or 10 minutes looking for my yarn or my scissors. So I've got a bag strapped to me today, and I'm gonna have my yarn in it and hopefully put my scissors in there when I'm finished, and we'll see if that helps. So we got a lot to do, so let's get busy. Do you ever feel like you're always a little behind in your garden? Well, I always do. I've done better this year, but there's things that I meant to do in the very beginning that still aren't done. So yesterday, I spent half the day out here, even though it was miserably hot. I weeded this bush bean bed. I hadn't done it since I planted the beans. And I didn't want any competition with what I'm trying to grow, so I got all the weeds out of here. I was determined to do it, and I did it. The squash bed is, I think it's kind of dwindling down. The squash bugs have taken over. There are so many eggs. Every time I turn around, I think I've got them all, and then I see some more. I cut so many leaves off here, and there's still obviously some more, like that one, that need to come off. I've got powdery mildew. Well, that one's got a bunch on there. Oh my gosh, I miss these. They just hatched. All those babies just hatched. Look at all those babies. I'm gonna cut that one off right now. I just try not to spray the Kajari melons. Don't look great, but they're still hanging in there. I guess I'll leave those until the melons ripen. I had one, the one that was down there sitting on that pot. It cracked in several places. What is that? A squash bug. I'm gonna take them over here, feed it to the chickens. Oh, she ate it. Good job. I just constantly feel like I'm behind on things. Look at these okras. I mean, oh my gosh. I just cut these yesterday. There were some little bitty ones on there, but now they're great big. I still need to tie these up some more. Again, these bush tomatoes. Oh, these are not bush tomatoes. These are ground cherries, but let go. So all of those are bush tomatoes. And they need to be tied up. I've never had a ground cherry get like this. I've only grown them once, but they did not get this big. But I've only gotten a couple of ground cherries, and I've had to pick them when they were like this. Like when they just, like, they're ripe and they just, when you do that, they fall off. Like that one just did. All of these down here have been eaten by a mouse or chipmunk. I put a mouse trap in there. I'm sorry for those of you that don't want me to kill a mouse, but I'm pretty sure it's a mouse. But they're eating my harvest. So I think I've only gotten like 3 or 4 out of here. I need to pick noodle beans. I'm the only one that like them. Look at these. I'm the only one that really likes them. I mean, I can sneak them in a stir fry if I have other things in there. But I might try freezing them. I've never done that before. We always just eat them fresh. If I just put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them, and then pull them out and stir fry them, because that's about the only way they're good to eat. I'm just amazed at these ox hearts. How big, and some of them tend to want to be gnarly. Let's see if I can find one. Well, I harvested one. I'll show you. These are tomatoes that I picked today. Let's see. That might have been one I picked the other day. But I guess it's like when the blossoms fuse together. But they do that pretty easily. Some cherry tomatoes I got. A little handful. But I'm getting ready to finish tying up. I got all of these tied up and harvested. All of the ones that were close. I might have missed one down there. But I'm almost done. know if y'all saw that or not, but I just fell. This is a raised bed built with railroad ties, old railroad ties, and I just stepped off onto a wire basket that I've been meaning to move. And then I fell into this bed and took out one of my ground cherries. So just another one of those things that I've been meaning to do that I get behind on. Luckily, I'm not hurt. So this was the culprit that made me fall. It kind of blends in. You can't really see it, but it's metal. It's hard metal. And I just didn't see it there. I knew it was there because I've been meaning to move it for, well, I had it over top of these sunflowers when they were seedlings. And look how big they are. So it's just one of those things I kept putting off. And then, I mean, luckily I didn't get hurt, but I could have. But how simple is it just to pick it up and move it somewhere else? So here's the ground cherry that I took out. So I'm one less ground cherry, but and the mouse trap is still set. Well, guys, I'm gonna call it a day, or at least for now. We'll come back out later and pick some beans because it is hot. So let me show you what I got so far. So earlier I picked the cucumbers and took them in. But I missed one. So these are the tomatoes and some noodle beans. We'll come back out later and address these green beans. It's just too hot. I'm gonna go in and get some ice water and relax a little bit. Okay guys, let's head back to the garden, pick some green beans and tie up some more tomatoes. It's still pretty hot. There's a tiny bit of a breeze. But you can see how much the sun still has to go down quite a bit. Let's head up there. Brought the girls out a watermelon treat, and Ellie's got a big old bone from a Boston butt over there. So they're all happy campers. This poor zucchini is done for. It's the one I showed y'all earlier, and in just that short time it's a goner. But we have another one over here just starting to produce. Have one zucchini and one yellow squash. I think I'm gonna write in my journal not to plant these in the spring next year and just plant them in the fall and see if that helps at all. Okay, back to where we were. Okay, I got this whole tomato row tied up. You can see it so much better down through there. These tomatoes, however, I need to tie up. There's a few hanging down, but mostly they're just leaning on the fence, but I need to tie them up to the stake. Well, I got all these tomatoes tied up. And I am done. There's not as many green beans as I thought, so we're gonna do that another day. Ellie, leave that little bird alone. Oh my goodness, I need to do some blackberry picking. Look at these blackberries. They are everywhere. It seems like I just picked these. But I got a whole mess more to pick. It's such a teaser for those chickens, I'm sure, just seeing them hanging there. I do throw them one on occasion, one that the birds have pecked on, like this one. So I just gotta, oh, I missed. I just gotta see who gets it. Oop. Ruthie got it. This is what I mean by getting sidetracked. I get sidetracked all the time. I came out here to throw something to the chickens and I spotted all these blackberries that I feel like I just picked. But they need picking again. Picked a kajari. Actually, I didn't pick it. It fell off the vine and we had it with dinner. I was gonna give these another year. Last year the fruit was like a cantaloupe. It was orange like a cantaloupe. This year it's green. And it's okay, but I think next year I might try to do some sugar babies on this trellis. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's still hot out here and the sun's really low in the sky, but I'm just tired. That's what ends up happening. I did get a lot done today. I just need to get a lot more done. But I mean, taking care of both of my parents and just taking care of the house and the animals and the garden and all the preserving. I mean, you know, you can only do what you can do. And so anyways, I'm gonna call it a night and we'll pick beans maybe tomorrow night, or I don't know. I guess the heat has slowed them down. I thought for sure I would have more beans, but anyway, you all have a great day, and I hope your garden is producing well for you. So I guess we will see you on the next video.